Eti for Akroma Likee TV na message na bacha nation no hit adoma no subscribe no like no share ma one pense mi bi etie so enye bi etie na message so bajebre nya da jeni abowra ensenu na den sema etwagu no yede emu ensem enyina ebebre mo na ya abowra ma etiepo na mi Wontumi no chama Wontumi no say eduma na akwa ne di wo akwanta mining site wo because pay information me wie abebo nsem na kiremo after minister na di nsem betu dwa nsem bia am say betu dwa almost 30 excavators and almost easy etu ahodo a egu bag ma Yonuhu ni the boys please for so SSCZ niema say niema na ekoso ho even though say akwanta mine ne niema etimi koso omu infringe upon people's right enkofu emfu a ewo ho no ina enkofu yi sense omo power nti omo de katashe echichi free enkofu nsem na untumi ubedem untumi be sure say NDC for bemo umbejelu definitely they will jail you. And even though Wamasa Tiger will says illegal mining site and they can't contain mining one. I mean, share the information now. Yenyan to was in the full and sending a bar. There come the Musembe Bromo.
Is conducted with a few of the residents indicate that the modus operandi of a container mining is to use force to enter and destroy even the farmlands and produce of poor farmers in the area. Armed with this intelligence, on the eve of Good Friday, 17th of April, an intelligence-led operation by the Ghana Police Force and the Forestry Commission led to the raid of 6 illegal mining sites linked to Akunta mining. This operation is still ongoing because the officers are still conducting operations, and that operation will continue in the coming weeks. The operation in compartment 19, which began at 5 a.m. on that day, lasted for a whopping 12 hours. And the last 3 days has also continued. So far, 51 arrests have been made, 8 Chinese national, 39 Ghanaian, and 4 women. So far, we have seized about 30 excavators. 5 have been required impounded at the operation base. 2 pump action guns loaded with 5 and 2 rounds of BP cartridges each. 1 single barrel gun retrieved. We have confiscated 2 Toyota Hellos pickups, 1 Toyota RAV4, 4 motorbikes, and a cache of mining equipment. All suspects have been transported to Accra and in the custody of the Ghana Police Service pending prosecution. In light of the overwhelming evidence,
Iti mahu edwuma boni a eye chama Wontumi hoye ugabi u blame chama Wontumi u de tobo mame na nsem we nyina yakoso nyina no mepese yetie nsem a eye lawyer Martin Pegbu ono so Ghana for a share on Akunta Mining Limited yetie lawyer Martin Pegbu.
Kofi Boah should be commended for finally taking that bold step. Even the revocation of the mining lease law in itself is far-reaching, but let the prosecutions flow. Because if we set an example of Chairman Wontumi, it will send a chilling effect to the other people, because then it appears Wontumi is invincible. Yes, Wontumi appears invincible. He is even threatened us in other rejoinders, telling us that we should be careful. He will sue us, etc. Now we'll see who is going to sue the other person. So we commend Kofi Boah, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, to and encourage him to go the 9 yards, make sure that the investigations lead to a criminal prosecution. Well, I would say I want to hasten a bit slowly. At least he's just informed us that these are the results of the investigations, and he's asked for the revocation. You see, even the statement from the minister alone, that statement alone, all things being equal, is very far-reaching.
Lawyer Matik Pebo, salam alaikum, my senior brother. Me just say we never show phone in our home. Alisa, send them in a monologue. When you sell La General Hospital and Anadu Ebubugu, he says, Celeste John Dramani Mahama Washasia. Who see La General Hospital? Oh, sir. Yeah, the word do side to Honi. I don't know. I will be another Jia no more. Labadi for that. No more Krumanket getting me say, oh, the Krumani Binu. And a Labadi for that JMS. Eti Labadi for Jema for Muamu a year cantonment, Muamu a year. La nene patamo chado nene patamo mo yo Jamama buy 100 days you Wasatia will see La Jenny. You don't mean it, Mugabe. I'm telling you. I said it here last week. And me catch you say Masuma a year Q no. What I see production team no mako. Oh, Kelvin Asante or your champion producer. Oh yeah. That's what Kelvin Asante. No, give it to me. Yeah. Hey, there what? Me friend BOG. We too much. We the show. Oh no, I don't believe this. Yes. Wow. 100 days in office. Your mama paid you like General Hospital. Yes. Oh, Charlie. Why you be we see hospitals? We see a dying. Mugabe, send me the me catch you at Chesen and I don't mean the president. Me catch you Muka and no who bad time. Omoma eko dance awam omudi ehun kokon sa mo doctor e Kimbu on to me the president le so no ankasa ni me papa nyomo di ja ni nyina no wa say no metumi aka kire wo ebi Dabi mama nka kire wo look it's not for nothing say obedi Ghana man pani no wa say o man no ade agrobe so afri anapa ni papa bie law firm man no when to me atra no ojama na danfo na say ofri mu sheshe ojama no when to me amhwa so ojane ye obie business bia ese wa bia yi enya ni dia ni din da so keke not na say I want to say Illéggsmål wa beka say Ghana law reports in some na do din e da hu na say yon no tro or no Illéggsmål ni na tro or try dey work classroom kwa or catch students no say yon na do na tro it no fake I told you people that the guy will not be an effective president. What were they 4 times? A man who is no. I have to say this thing. Mine assassin and you be a almost say assassin. I couldn't tell mine was say assassin. Mami kasa Mugabe patrol. This thing didn't start. To me, Ben or I'll buy a joy. No, be a smart. Passing yes, so they decided to open up our forest for people to come and destroy it. To me, then a champion here in your body to you. I'm asking Mugabe today. Tell me, go to a champion to gold. Or to gold. He nationalized our mines. Yes, to Togo, 12 hours per out of his 6.5 years. Go and check. He had the lowest foreign travel bill as a president. And yes, he was just barely 48 years. Which year was that? 79. On 16 June 1979. But I'm asking you, sorry, People's Movement for Freedom and Justice. We went around the whole world disgracing that champion. Who bet we do what to a champion? A champion no see that suman. That suman go for see what I'm sorry. Yes, Kwadaso no see Kwadaso. That suman BT Kwadaso just by 4 lanes. It's the same size, the same design. I'm telling you, they planned this country. That women will take the commanding heights. Feed yes, and feed your industry. Yes. Or no, he had a focus as a president. Who be 8 years. Then how to buy. Boninko what say yenso nyina a champion or protect yenso. I can tell you. Yes, go and check most of our water stations. We have 90 water stations in Ghana. How many? 90 water stations. About 72 of them are 50 years this year. They are 50 years this year. 50 years tells you it was Kutu a champion who built them. Go and check Go and see whose plaque is there. Yeah, Kenyans are so much Mamunti. Wait. Me see from the beginning I told you he will not be an effective president. One of be a quiet no. And what be it is not enough to revoke the license. Akufo-Addo's administration 8 years in office. Kwa first time I ever be a year Easter. Kwa I mean the president
first of all,
do justice to the topic.
First of all, metia phone yeah. Na let me say it's been going on for some time. Say petition no, the woman say petition no nye nene started 2024. In fact, Nana Dumpo ena started process no. Na let me say the reason why I made it started from 2024 no. Amanfo ahyedama omrefi no mo pese o mo kase John Mahama na a started petition against if anything o pese o yi Chief Justice, but the process started in 2024 when a petitioner wrote to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo say yenyi Chief Justice no. And Nana Addo so started process no. By law no, when the petition comes like that, I will say we start a process no, because the people have their reasons for saying say ABR on grounds based on this and that we want this person removed. And Nana Addo started process no, and Nana Addo edify power. Nana Addo fee power no, I think there were 3 new petitions that got to the desk of His Excellency John Mahama. As president, the Jumane say obe follow constitution no. Omoye investigations and omoehu say the petition is not just unfounded. The petition has grounds, and he, as a fair and just president, Wontumi and sweepy petition no under the carpet. He has to make sure say he works on it. It's a public office. We all hold public offices, and we all owe allegiance to the Constitution, and our duty is to the people of Ghana. And if the people of Ghana, whom we serve, are saying say, okay, this person we think is not discharging their duties properly in the interest of Ghanaians, and they write a petition, it is not up to the president to cover the person because she's a man or because she's a woman. You are put in that position not because you are a man or a woman, but because you are a Ghanaian and because you are qualified to do the job. So the people that you are serving, I say a few of them have brought some grievances against you, and they want the grievances to be investigated. Mugabe, it is a public civil service or public service sector. Say we are a director, and now we are even the police service in the army and any other public institution. When a petition is brought against you, and they think that it is worth investigating, they will indict you and tell you to go and sit at home until the investigation is completed. And see, I believe that with the judiciary, this is what has happened.
No, I'm going to say establish a
prima facie case. Okay. And see, in this instance, the grounds for her suspension, the kind letter na a fee presidency, almost say they have
her response to the president.
After her response, they have investigated, they have looked at the petitions. And like I said, that this thing started in 2024, not even under His Excellency John Mahama. Okay. This process to remove the Chief Justice, I'm stressing it, the process to remove the Chief Justice started under Nana Addo with a petition. And it is continuing with 3 more petitions. Okay. And based on the petition, the president has found reasonable grounds for the Chief Justice to answer certain questions. Mm-hmm. And it is based on those grounds, President Akache Yemami Chief Justice say on Kotinefi a suspension. Kotinefi near investigation. He has set up a 5-member committee to look into the allegations. Say allegations a 5-member committee no Kotinase. No muye now they don't find any case against her. I'm sure that she would go back to her position as chief. But if any wrongdoing is found against her, then I'm sure that going forward, the grounds for removal would follow from there. So we should allow
the recommendation will come from that
the 5-member committee. But for now,
forming that committee.
Their names are here.
Their names are there. I know the former Auditor General is in it. Yes. You can mention the names.
Daniel Yaodomolevo is there. Justice Samuel Kobna Edubi Esiedu, Justice of the Supreme Court, is also there. Then Major Flora. As for the middle name, I cannot mention. Dalago.
Yeah.
Yes, and then Professor James Sefa Jisa, Associate Professor, University of Ghana. They are all members.
So there are two members of the Supreme Court on it.
Pamwine, and then there's that judge here, Justice Samuel Kwame Edibu Esiedu.
Yes.
Justice of the Supreme Court.
Wow.
So we have to allow the committee to do its work. Anonymous 7. Anonymous 5 and Anonymous 7. Anonymous 7 almost 30 precedent, no. And see, anyway, so the committee will do its work. Now, how did we get here? Is the question. How did we get here? How did we get here, Alistair? Yeah. Because Ghanaians have lost trust in the judiciary. In any government setup, you know, we have the judiciary, we have the legislature, and we have the the executive. But in the past 8 years, what we saw was that the judiciary was taking instructions from the executive, and the ordinary Ghanaians started agitating. So even when there's a case against an individual based on where the political party or how the person is seen now, you can tell how the judgment or the ruling is going to come out. And see, before it comes out, you can predict, say, where a anonymous 7 they are going to do their thing. So there's like more or less mistrust with the judiciary. Because I say, on one of our campaign trails, His Excellency John Mahama spoke to them and told our justices, say, yes, Nanado Ena appointed him as Chief Justice and as a Justice of the Supreme Court. But however, your term is protected by the Constitution. So it is up to you to ensure, say, you do the right thing. Do not men can say Nanado na appointed wunti, you are going to dance to his tune. So can say jeli NDC ni we are now jeli no. So can say mia wensa na wa mia wensa. That is not how justice works. Until Lady Justice herself was suffering under this under the past government, and we saw that on the 7th of January when at the conference center a bus full of judges were being ushered to the Independence Square, and ordinary Ghanaians were hooting at that bus full of judges. We saw it. Yeah. That was how low it went when a group of men and women in a bus were being taken to the Independence Square, and they were being hooted at. They were sitting in the bus. The video is in the public. They were sitting in the bus, but when people saw that this bus contained judges, people started hooting at the bus. So we need to ensure that the trust that we have in our judiciary, that trust must come back to the extent that when I go to the court, I know that I'm going to get justice. Not to the extent where I will not go because I know that the people there will know me as an NDC person, and so I'm not going to get justice. Justice is not for sale. Justice should not be for political appointment, where maybe you are a Supreme Court judge, a High Court judge, and you please your friend and government in power so that you be promoted to Court of Appeal judge. Justice should not be pushed aside for you to be able to climb up your career. That is unfair to the people that you are meting out justice to. So this thing is going to be a precedent. I know people are saying, okay, Oyoba. At the end of the day, it is the office that we are looking at. We are not looking at gender here. She occupies, she's not the first female judge, Justice Georgina Wood.